Hello friends, welcome to lecture series on essential mathematics for machine learning. In the last lecture we have seen that what convex sets and convex functions are, their geometric interpretation also we have seen. Now we will see some of the basic properties of convex functions in this lecture. So, the first most property of convex function is that if you have a convex function f from a convex set to R, then to take any local minimum of f in S, that is the global minimum. Okay. So, that means if in a small neighborhood you have find a local minimum and you know that a function is a convex function, then that local minimum is nothing but a global minimum. This is the property of, this is a peculiar property of a convex function. Okay. So, let us try to see that what is the proof of this theorem. So, we have seen that what convex functions are, that we have already seen. So, what do you mean by local minimum? Suppose x bar is a point of local minimum. Local minimum of f on S. So, what does it mean? So, it is a local minimum. Local minimum means that if you have such type of function, local minimum means if you take a small neighborhood, in the small neighborhood if this is x bar, then in the small neighborhood the value of this function, if the function is of minimizing type, that means the value of the function of x bar is always less than or equal to f x for every x in this small neighborhood. So, this implies f x bar is always less than or equal to f x for every x belongs to delta neighborhood of x bar. That means a small neighborhood of x bar. Okay. And of course, this x is in S, so intersection with S. So, if I am saying that x bar is a local minimum of f on S, that means f x bar is always less than or equal to f x for every x in delta neighborhood of x bar intersection with S. And if x bar we are saying that is a global minimum, what does it mean? Global minimum of f on S. So, this means that f x bar is less than or equal to f x for every x in S. So, if you are taking in the entire S that this inequality is holding, that means global minimum, and if you are taking in a small neighborhood for some delta greater than 0, if you are taking a small neighborhood intersection with S, that this inequality is holding, that means local minimum. So, in that statement, suppose x bar is a local minimum. So, let us try to prove that theorem. Let f be a convex function. On S. Okay. Now, let x bar be a point of local minimum of f. If x bar is a point of local minimum, that means this implies that there exists some delta greater than 0 such that f x bar is less than or equals to f x for all x belongs to delta neighborhood of x bar intersection with S. So, suppose this expression is 1. Now, we have to show that x bar is nothing but a point of global minimum. So, we will try to prove the result by the method of contradiction. So, let us suppose x bar is not a point of global minimum. So, suppose x bar is not a point of global minimum. So, if it is not a point of global minimum, that means there exists some point x in S where value of f x is still less than f x bar, because f x bar is not a point of global minimum. So, this implies that there exists some say x cap belongs to S such that f x cap is still less than f x bar. Suppose it is true. Okay. Now, still we have not used the convex function, the definition of convex function. So, let us try to include that also in the proof, then only we can obtain the contradiction. Let x equal to lambda x cap plus 1 minus lambda x bar, where lambda between 0 and 1. Okay. So, suppose this is region S, suppose this is S. Okay. Suppose this is some x cap, this is some x bar, and this is a small neighborhood of x bar for some delta. This, see, the radius is delta, and this is some x cap. Okay. So, in this neighborhood, f x bar is always less than or equal to f x for every x belongs to delta neighborhood of x bar, and for this x cap, f x cap is less than f x bar. Now, this is a CLC, this is x, CLC of these 2 points. Now, there will always exist some lambda, no matter how small lambda may be, but there will always exist some lambda between 0 and 1 such that this CLC will we get a point at least 1 which such that this point belongs to delta neighborhood of f x bar, delta neighborhood of x bar. So, we can say that there will always exist some lambda bar between 0 and 1 such that x which is CLC of these 2 points belongs to delta neighborhood of x bar intersection with S. Okay. Because it is x bar and it is some x cap, so there will always exist some lambda such that x belongs to this neighborhood. Now, let us take f x. What will be f x? F x will be f of lambda x cap plus 1 minus lambda f x bar, and since function is convex, so this is less than or equals to lambda f x cap plus 1 minus lambda f x bar. What we are having from 2, f x cap is less than f x bar. So, this is less than lambda f x bar plus 1 minus lambda f x bar, which is equal to f x bar. Okay. So, that means now where this x is? This x is in delta neighborhood of x bar. Okay. This x is in, you can take this as x tilde, this x tilde is in for some lambda between 0 and 1. So, some lambda bar, sorry, this is lambda bar, you have taken lambda bar. For some lambda bar between 0 and 1, this x tilde is in delta neighborhood of f x bar, x bar. Okay. So, we have shown that f x tilde is less than f x bar, but from 1 f x bar is always less than or equal to f x for every x in delta neighborhood, but we have find a x in delta neighborhood where this inequality is reversed. That means x bar is not a point of local minimum. So, this contradicts our assumption that this is not a global minimum, hence we can say that x bar is the point of global minimum. So, this implies, this contradicts 1, and hence x bar is a point of global minimum. Of f on S. So, we can say that if we have a convex function and we have find a local minimum, then that local minimum is nothing but a global minimum of f. The next result is that if this function is strictly convex, then that local minimum is global of course, but that is unique. In this case, for a normal convex function, it may not be unique, but for if a function is strictly convex, it is unique. So, let us try to prove this also. So, now it is given to us that f is a strictly convex function. On S, okay. And we have to show that global minimum is unique. Okay. Suppose x bar is a point of global minimum point of f, x bar belongs to S. Okay. So, let x bar be not a unique point. Be not a unique point. Okay. So, that means this implies that there exists some x cap belongs to S, x bar not equal to x cap, such that f x bar is equals to f x cap. Okay. Because if it is not unique, that means there will exist some other point also which is global minimum distinct from x bar, such that f x bar is equals to f x cap. Now, you take a point, you take say z, which is lambda x bar plus 1 minus lambda x cap, lambda between 0 and 1. Okay. Now, if you take f z, so f z is nothing but f of lambda x bar plus 1 minus lambda x cap. Okay. So, it is equals to lambda times f x cap, f x bar plus 1 minus lambda times f x cap. Okay. So, but these two are equal, that means, so here it is function is strictly convex. So, this will be strictly less than this. So, this is further equal to, because f x bar is equal to f x cap. So, it is lambda times f x cap plus 1 minus lambda times f x cap. So, this after simplification we get f x cap. So, this implies f z is less than f x cap. So, this contradicts that x cap is global minimum point, okay, because there is a z, of course, this z belongs to S, because that is a convex set. So, this we have a point z on S such that f z is less than f x cap, that means this x cap is not a point of global minimum. So, this is a contradiction, and hence x bar is a unique global minimum point of f on S. Okay. So, we have seen that if we have a convex function, then if you take any local minimum, that is global, and if function is strictly convex, then this global minimum is unique. Now, let us see some other properties of convex functions. So, this we will use in the other theorems. So, we just have to recall this definition. So, if a function is differentiable at x bar belongs to S, where S is an open subset of R n, then for any x plus x bar belongs to S, we have this by Taylor's theorem, that f of x plus x bar is equal to f of x bar plus x transpose gradient of f x bar plus alpha is a function of x bar and x, norm of x, where this will tends to 0 as x tends to 0. If function is once differentiable, and if it is given to us twice differentiable, then this definition will extend up to second derivative, I mean Hessian matrix, and then it is plus beta function of x bar and x, norm of x square, where this will tends to 0 as x tends to 0. So, this we will use if it is given to us that a function is once differentiable or twice differentiable accordingly in the proof. Now, we have the next result on convex function, which is an important result, and we will use this result in proving other properties of convex functions. But in point of in the view of machine learning, the proof of this theorem is not so important. We will try to simply give the geometric interpretation of this result. Okay. So, first we will see what this theorem is basically. So, if function is once differentiable on an open convex subset S of R n, then f is convex if and only if, that means both side, if f is convex then this holds, and if this holds then f is convex, then this result hold. So, what do you mean by this? We will just understand it by geometrically. So, suppose function is from S to R, where S is a subset of R. Okay. So, this property will be nothing but for every x1 x2 in S. So, this is basically f of x1 minus f of x2 is greater than equals to x1 minus x2 f dash of x2. Okay. So, this is the same property. If I am talking, if here S is in Rn, subset of Rn, I am taking S is subset of R to understand the geometric interpretation of this property. Okay. So, now let us take a function, this. Let us take a point, say this point is say x2, say this point is x1. So, this is A point, suppose this is B point. So, what are coordinates of A point? A point is, say this function is y equal to f x. So, coordinate of A point will be x2 comma f x2, and coordinate of B point will be x1 comma f x1. Okay. Now, you draw a tangent at this point. Okay. So, what is the equation of tangent at A? Equation of tangent of y equal to f x at A, that will be y minus y1, y1 is f x2 is equals to f dash x2 x minus x2. Okay. This is the equation of this tangent. Now, what this point will be? Suppose this point is M. Now, this tangent, the intersection of the tangent this and the line x equal to x1, this line is x equal to x1. The intersection of these two lines give this point M. So, the point M will be x is x1, and what will be y for point M? For point M, you simply substitute x equal to x1, find y. So, this is f x2 plus f dash x2 x1 minus x2. Okay. So, we got this point. Now, you can clearly see that this, if this point is suppose n, this point, if suppose this point is n. So, where n point is x1 comma 0. So, you can see that mn is less than bn, and if it is a straight line, it may hold as an equation also. Okay. So, what is mn? Mn is basically, mn means y coordinate of m point, this height, that means y coordinate of this point, okay, this height. So, y coordinate of this point is what? f x2 plus f dash x1 f dash x2 x1 minus x2 is less than equal to bn. Bn means y coordinate of b point. Y coordinate of b point is what? f x1. So, this implies f dash x2 x1 minus x2 is less than equals to f x1 minus f x2. That means the same point which we are having here. So, what we can say geometrically? So, geometrically we can say that if you draw a tangent at any point on a convex function, then tangent is always below the curve, okay, or on the curve if it is a straight line. Here this function is strictly convex. So, So, that is why this is always lie below the curve, but if it is a function like boat shape function, then it may lie on the curve also. So, that means if you are having a convex function, if you draw a tangent at any point, the tangent will lie either below the curve or on the curve always. So, that is another important and interesting property of convex functions. So, suppose function is given to, say function is from R to R and function is defined as, say f x equal to x square. You want to show that this function is convex. Okay. I mathematically, geometrically you know that the function is a convex function, because if you draw any 2 points, join the chord is always above the curve. So, this function is always convex, I mean is a convex function. But if you want to show mathematically, so you can use this property. What this property is? This property means, for if you take let x1 x2 are any point in S in R, here S is R, okay. Then by this property you have to show this inequality holds. So, you can bring this this expression on the left hand side and try to show that the entire expression is greater than or equal to 0 for any x1 x2. So, let us try to see. You take f x1 minus f x2 minus x1 minus x2 f dash x2, and what we have to show? We have to show that this expression is greater than or equal to 0. If we have shown this, then by this theorem we can say that the given function is a convex function. So, let us try to see what is x1, what is f x1? F x1 is x1 square by this definition, x2 is x2 square minus x1 minus x2. What is f dash x1? F dash x is 2x, so it is 2x2. So, this is further equal to x1 square minus x2 square minus 2 x1 x2 minus minus plus 2 x2 square. So, this is equals to x1 square plus x2 square minus 2 x1 x2. So, this is equal to x1 minus x2 whole square, and this is always greater than or equal to 0 for any x1 x2 in R. So, in this way we have shown analytically also that the given function is a convex function. Similarly, if you take other examples, say e raised to power x. So, using the same concept, using the same definition, you can easily show that the given function is a convex function. Okay. So, geometrically we have already discussed this thing. So, in this lecture we have seen that the two important properties of convex function. Number one, that every local minimum is global minimum, and the second property is if a function is once differentiable and a function is convex, it is given to you, then this inequality hold. Okay. In the next lecture we will see few more properties of convex functions. Thank you.